never miss. I guess they.
Guess they never miss,
Miss,
huh?
Let's see. It's fucking the crate of games I have with me. And let's see what game that it was. Oh, and I have to be able to watch. I guess now Avatar's on Netflix, but if they ever take it off, I need to be able to watch that.
Who dis?
I didn't even bring it with me.
You playing the song?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
for blessing my
I don't-
ears with this.
Yeah, I didn't bring it with me, or I don't have it right now. But it's something primal.
Oh, fuck.
Now you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Primal. Like Far Cry Primal?
Yeah,
Oh.
Far Cry Primal. Yeah,
I never played Far Cry.
that was. I tried to get into that
Honk.
game, and it just, for some reason, I just
Train
didn't
time.
get super.
Honk.
Which sucks because I think that's something
Jacob,
that
I'm
like I
glad you
would
get
have
to experience
enjoyed,
the
but
train too.
for some reason, I
experience
just
train time every
didn't.
day.
Yep. Yeah, we're literally just like on the opposite side of the tracks as you, so.
It's
Oh, wow, you're
Aw.
from our
Jacob.
place. It's pretty quiet. I can't really ever hear the train.
Oh yeah,
It's
The tracks
like
are
half a
literally
block,
right out
so-
our window.
yeah. I could literally run out and jump on the train if I really felt like it.
That's interesting.
Uh,
Just that little bit of distance makes all the difference.
you guys know anything?
Okay, this needs
Do you,
to
do
stop.
you guys know anything about Returnal?
About what?
It's a game called Returnal.
Nope.
I've never.
Returnal?
It's coming out on the PS5. It's let's see.
Oh, is freaking.
It's after Crash Landing on
2077 coming out on
shape-shifting
PS5?
Yes.
world.
Yes. It comes out.
I think it's also
November
technically coming out
12th.
on PS4 as well.
All right, with that November 12th.
I don't
Honestly,
know.
It reminds me of No Man's Sky, but they're just bad guys. Or like
Okay.
alien.
19th. That was a week early.
Right now, the games I'm interested in are now Horizon. Yep, Horizon Forbidden, whatever that says. Forbidden West. Demon Souls.
Oh,
Uh,
Demon
Cyberpunk.
Souls. Yeah.
Fallout guys.
Fall Guys.
It's
Fallout guys.
Fallout guys.
Hold on, there's
it's a collaboration you never knew you wanted.
there's a funny bit there. Hold on.
God of War.
Give it a
Oh
sec to
wait,
materialize.
what?
Oh. There's a Lord of the Rings game coming out where you play as Golem.
Gollum.
Yo, yeah, no, I want that one. That one.
Whatever.
Wait, Morgan,
Yeah.
Morgan, how about
Yeah, I want to play as a golem.
Just roll around.
Yeah, Nathan, what up?
How about this?
Explode.
And
Some
then, yeah, I was
legends
gonna say,
are
he's
told,
exposed.
some fall down the whirly gig as they're old, but you'll remember me for this Dublinsky and whirly.
Natana, I would
That's
also
Fallout,
get Dying
guys.
Light
Well,
2.
yes, well done, Nathan.
Yeah, no, dude. Hey, that Gollum game looks so good.
It would look better if it was Golem.
Right?
Yeah, just explode on everyone.
Thank you.
I
All
sadly just
Yeah.
can't agree with that. But yeah, no, it's cool because it like starts off when he's like still relatively humanoid.
Dying Light
The-
2 indefinitely
Yeah, Dying Light
delayed.
2. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
tough.
have you found one yet?
Roger, guess
Does
what
it
comes
look
out in
like
8
I
days?
have?
I'm very pogged
Nope.
about it.
Alright, let me
Oh, fuck, I thought a trainer.
I let you guys, or should I just tell you?
let me
I've mentioned it before, so like,
is it a game?
yeah, it's a video game. It's on Steam as well.
Oh, No Man's Sky?
But you're close.
Or blah, 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 blah. I literally have
No
it.
Man's
I know what you're
Ground.
thinking of. Yeah.
And is it am I right?
Yeah, it's
I'm
Outer
fucking-
Worlds.
Outer Worlds, thank you.
Yeah, you had it.
You- You want 100% that together with me?
Yeah, dude, I'm hyped for that.
Alright. Deal. I'll do it.
It's a shorter game too, so it'll be nice
Yeah.
to just throw in there.
It won't take too long.
I'm considering the Marvel Avengers game.
No, don't get it. It's shit.
I haven't played.
All the reviews are bad.
Big ass.
Interesting.
Don't get it. Yeah, don't get it, Logan. It's just a hack and slash. It's not worth any of your time or
Hack and
effort or
slash
money.
are so dead. Except
But
for
at
God of
time-
War. God of War's
but
hack
some-
and slash, but there's so much
I
more
was
to
saying-
that than.
I'll say, but sometimes you just need it. Sometimes you just need to be just walk in.
Sometimes I just want to smash my face against the wall. The sexual tension between my forehead and this wall over here is really just unbearable.
Morgan, I got it.
Yay! You caught one or you found one?
I caught
We caught one.
Yay! Thank you, Jacob.
Do you know what?
I've been here for,
Roger,
like,
have you heard of
45
Destruction All Stars?
What?
Huh?
I don't know. It's a game called Destruction All Stars,
No.
and I can't tell. It sounds like it's just. Yeah, it's like a fucking derby where it's just driving around.
What? Project Athia initial release date 2023, and they're
Wait,
already
really?
releasing a trailer on it. I am curious.
Wait, 2023 and they have a trailer?
Yeah.
Why would you
Not
plan
Oh, it's
something
by
out that
Square
far?
Enix, so the graphics are going to be fucking disgusting.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, it's also, Project Athia is still even a working title.
Oh,
Have you
yep, that.
acquired
Yep.
Tokyo?
yikes.
Oh god, Bethesda's doing it.
Maybe at the Poke Center, Morgan.
Alright, I will.
Oh my, yeah, look at those graphics. What the hell?
That's giraffics.
I agree.
They are doing some crazy stuff with the PS5.
People
I
that
do
say
have to
GIF instead of GIF be like.
Why does this axe, superpower?
Golem. Golem.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm kind of stoked. I forgot that
Give me
was
my ring.
You got a sec?
still, like late 2005. Or I don't know why I just did 2005. It's nowhere close, but late 2021, which is nowhere close to 2005.
Morgan, where you at?
I'm fighting this dumbass ranger.
Why didn't you just fly?
I don't have a flying Pokemon.
Wait, Roger, are you
Oh,
seriously
you
saying you
should
don't
use
want to
your
get
brain and
you
do
don't
it
want to buy
next time.
Sackboy?
Correct.
Morgan, I don't know what we're supposed to find in this graph because it's a hotspot of just random shit.
Huh.
Like,
Have
apparently
you found
can
any
find
new
it.
ones?
Well, I found a watchdog,
Oh, Watchdog, okay.
and then I think you're supposed to find Strike as well. This is where you're supposed to find Autognome.
Oh, great.
Oh my dude.
So Pokemon, we're just gonna
Jacob
buy.
or Roger, one of you guys gave me Audino, and it took so long to find
Well,
it.
no, you
Oh,
didn't catch it because it's.
Finding another fucking Traino.
Yeah, actually,
Trainer.
no, yeah, we didn't even do that. You
Yeah,
guys
'cause
gave me you gave me someone shitty else.
Let's see how much they're going for right now.
And then I found a Tapig in that fucking mountain and just rolled with that.
They're
while
pretty
you-
cheap, Morgan.
Yeah, because no one wants one of those.
What else do we got? Exadrill.
Yeah, Drillbur is the one you're looking for.
How has nobody thought of this yet?
What?
What?
Golem and Golem. Golem and Golem, whatever you want to call it.
Morgan, he's intrigued.
I'm
What
trying
about
to.
him?
I'm looking up to see if anybody's done a cross like that before, and no one has. I'm seeing some really weird photos though.
Oh.
So...
Morgan, do you have 6 Pokemon?
Yeah.
Fucking stop fighting.
Oh,
What
like,
are you doing?
I went for the Pokeball.
like for instance, this
Stupid.
one.
Can you bless me with them?
Wonderful. Is that Bernie Sanders?
Oh my. Some of my colleagues do not understand that this is my precious. However, is it really fair that the top 1% get all the precious rings?
Logan! Logan, you win.
No, Yoda. Yoda's better.
Yoda's good. I think this Trump was infinitely better, rather.
Precious my it is.
Oh my god, I was just scrolling through it and saw that. It was just like, holy shit.
Jacob, this guy's a Scolipede.
Morgan, just beat it. It's not that hard.
I have grass Pokemon, Jacob.
I mean, okay, this isn't Gollum's face on anything, but this is just a good one.
Oh, cool. Another one died. Great.
You like that one, Roger?
I'm gonna be sent back to the Poke Center.
Mi
No.
precioso.
Gonna win.
I have doubts in you, Morgan.
Oh,
Uno,
Darn
dos,
worry, I just
tres,
did it.
cuatro. Tu, 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 tu.
okay. I no longer think I'll be getting Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Really? Is it bad?
The gameplay just looks so
Gross.
I have
2017.
I have never really enjoyed Assassin's Creed games.
I've never played an Assassin's Creed game, but I really like Norwegian folklore and myths and stuff like that. And so like that's why I got into God of War. So I was like, maybe this will be similar. This looks like doo-doo pants.
Yeah, the only Assassin's Creed game I ever liked was Black Flag.
Yeah,
I
I was about to say
I
Black Flag
loved
is
Black.
a good one.
That's the one that I got into in terms of any of them that I played.
But I only liked that game because of the ship stuff.
Which is
Yep.
why I
Which
wish
wasn't part of
that
like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I did like the combat with just the weapons or guns that were like, you know, having a sword and then black powder pistols and stuff like that is just kind of fun as shit. But then yeah, the ships, which is why I was really upset when I heard that what's it called was Xbox.
Thank you, Jacob.
You're welcome.
Fuck, what is that game?
You may now resume.
Morgan, I'm probably gonna get off.
Activity.
What's that sailing fucking pirate
That's
game?
fair. I'm gonna beat the gym and hop off.
Right.
Sailing pirate game.
See you
Yeah,
later.
it's only on
Sea of
Xbox.
See ya.
Yeah,
Okay,
Sea of Thieves.
bye. Bye, Jacob.
So I was so
Yes.
excited for Sea of Thieves when it was first coming out, like when it was in pre-release and like
Yeah.
Summit was playing it on stream.
Yep.
I was having a ton of fun watching him play it, and I just lost interest because it felt like there was nothing really to do. It just kinda felt
Exactly.
shallow.
There was no progression.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Yes,
they had
It
no
was-
progression. That
it was
so
literally
lame.
you sail around with people and just fuck around.
Yeah,
Which,
my
like,
friend and I
it's a great
played it for
game.
free,
Ooh.
and
Yeah.
we enjoyed it a lot. Like right when we first started playing, like, oh yeah, this is a lot of fun. We're just vibing around in our ship doing our thing, and then literally 5 hours after like playing, we're like, huh. So this is it, and that was basically it. We never really played again.
Dang.
They
That's
added other stuff,
how
but
it
no
goes.
progression.
Yes.
I totally agree. It seems
I
like
mean-
such a fun game to just stick around with.
Yeah, like just I don't know, like as you level up, you get like you move faster, or like you get different weapons and stuff like that. Like
It'd be kind of cool if you could raid other, like, if there was almost, no, I don't necessarily.
or you could like
entirely-
make a base on an island or something like that.
Yeah,
and,
like, do
pirates
something
could
like
come and,
that,
like
and
try and
then-
loot it. I don't know.
Yeah, or like you could ravage, you know, put in England or put in a.
They added a
Beast
raid
Force.
feature,
Oh, yikes.
just like the Vikings.
There's just
I was about to
only
say- I was about-
males in the game.
I was-
so
I was about to say, wait, are you talking about Valhalla? Okay, but would
it
you
would
buy?
be kind of funny. It wouldn't be. Well, I don't know if funny is the right word. It'd be pretty savage if you could like crucify somebody, stick them to like the front of your ship,
Okay, that would be funny. That would be funny.
and then just kind of like
Dude, if
sail around.
you
be
can
like, "Yeah,
give
look at this bitch."
if you can give people a blood eagle in the new Valhalla game, I will buy it. If you can just give someone a blood eagle,
What if you could yell arm?
if I can just relive the plot, oh my god! I would fucking make Assassin's Creed my favorite game, fucking series ever. If they just did it instead of the story of something else, they just did the story of Norsemen.
Story of Norseman the game. In Norwegian, it's called Vikingane.
Interesting. I also know that they all just straight. I mean, it's literally pretty much adapted to English. Like it's
Yeah, exactly. They have to re-record everything in English. Norwegian show.
yeah. Demon Souls. I can't. I'm just watching the fucking like a slight like preview for it, and it's just weird.
Demon Souls is just Dark Souls. It was the original. It was the first game in the Dark Souls series, and Demon
Yep.
Souls, and they're remaking it for.
And it looks so
Next gen.
good.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
excited.
that explains because I was like, some of these things look vaguely familiar. I watched Roger do part of this run through or something
You have
freshman
some sort
year,
of medical problem
and so
here,
like it's just like, or the
I
graphics
might
looks
change.
like it. You know what I mean? It's just kind of
Like I'm a big fan of like the Sekiro, Ghost of Tsushima, Dark Souls. Like those are my favorite games.
Your grandma was Norwegian? Yeah, Norway's a very cool country. I'd like to sometime. Yeah, I heard Sekiro was really good.
That was a
that
very
that
fun
was
game.
that was fun as fuck just to watch. 'Cause
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't have to go through any of that drama or like any of the. Well, I went through the anxiety, but I didn't at the same time. It's weird.
Okay. Yeah, that was not bad.
Precioso.
That's for you, Roger.
What is that?
Someone put a gorilla face on a panda bear.
Oh my god.
Oh my, cursed.
Oh, that's a weird one. It's Obama on the rock.
Who left? A jukebox.
Jacob. Oh. Oh yeah, Jay already left. Okay, I think I'm a skedaddle too.
Wow.
Yeah, same here.
Wow.
Wait.
Did I smell that bad that you left?
Yes, very smelly boy. Oh. Oh.
What is this? Why?
Let me just pin that one.
I looked up cursed images, and these.
And that was the first thing to pop up.
That
the
one
third-
is
that was the third
hilarious.
one. It's just there's so many of these that are just so
Let's
uncomfortable.
refrain from spamming the chat. This one's all we need right now.
That's so.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know. Like I'm looking at these, they make you so uncomfortable.
Oh, dude, I love the one where it's like the meme of Patrick and it looks like SpongeBob sucking him off.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's a good one too. All right.
Logan, if you posted that one, that would be allowed. SpongeBob.
Okay.
Peace out.
Wait, Roger, you gotta look at the SpongeBob one.
I'll be able to.
Look at it.
Hello, Eugene.
Oh,
Brother Malcolm
That's not the
has
SpongeBob one.
none of that one.
Oh wait, that's not SpongeBob.
All right, peace out.
Yeah.
That's a
Good day,
old
to
dude
you.
grabbing Spider-Man's crotch while dabbing.
Came.
Alec
Oh, Alec joined right as Roger left,
and Morgan left.
and Morgan, and Jacob. Post SpongeBob, Logan.
Sir?
I'm still on cursed images, and there are some good ones on here.
Fine, I'll do it myself. Hello?
Hello.
Now I can hear you.
Alec, look in the chat.
A no route error in Discord. Yes, I see what's. Oh, Miles. Why are you?
You're saying you're not a fan of that? Who removed that? Alec, is that
Probably automatically detected as being vulgar.
how would they do that? Oh,
Discord.
and they allow Barney getting sucked, or they allow the Hey, wait, scroll up. The Gollum things we were sending.
I mean, that's not. There's nothing wrong with those.
I just said scroll. Look at them; they're funny.
I see them.
Cassidy is typing. Two conflicting answers.
We're just belaying Logan.
Good day to you.
Yeah, Logan's the uncomfortable one, and we just keep spamming him with these.
Wait, what?
Mom,
who
can you
remo-
pick me up?
Who removed the Barney one? The second Barney one.
Sir?
I'd probably Roger.
That
I guess.
bit.
Hell yeah.
Sir?
Perfect.
Hello there. Good day to you.
Dude, those two
Gross.
pictures are just all you need.
You do you.
Sir?
Dude, Chris
And-
Farley's hilarious.
In addition to that,
Hello
the
there.
only thing you need after that is what's up with his vanilla face.
Good day to you.
I'll say, so there's a Rob Lowe is in a podcast. He's on the Joe Rogan podcast, like a motto or something like that. And I've been listening to it today. While I was doing my homework earlier, they're talking about Chris Farley, and they said they were going out to eat, and he got 2 porterhouses, and ate them both. But he had just a chunk of butter on each one.
That's it.
And it was either, I forgot if it was Joe Rogan meeting him while he was at dinner once, or if it was Rob Lowe out to do whatever, but they were talking whatever. And he's like, Chris, why are you doing this? They're like, why'd you put that much butter? And he's like, the steak needs its hat.
What?
This is like, God damn it. Of course, Chris Farley eats 2 whole porterhouses and just puts a fucking chunk of butter on each one. And
Yeah,
it's like, oh, there's little hat.
Andre is gigantic.
Well, I mean, also dead, but
This person here says World of Warcraft has more interesting melee combat than Witcher 3. What? That's
I agree.
Wait. Chris Farley was born in Madison?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Did they grow up here?
Didn't know that. I believe so. See, like that's one of those things that I remembered but didn't know off the top of my head, that I wouldn't be like, oh, I know exactly where he's from. But like when you mention it, like I know what's his name? Oh my god, Otis Redding is born and lived in Macon, Georgia, where my family lives now, and flew and died in a plane crash up in like right next to Madison, Wisconsin.
Chris Farley died of a speedball overdose.
Yeah, I heard they were talking about how he was into cocaine.
But cocaine and morphine, like that's a whole new level.
Yeah, that's what Rob Lowe was just kind of talking about that, where he literally was like, "Yeah, I haven't had alcohol in over 30 years," and it's like, holy shit, that's a long ass time.
To me, I find it really. I truly subscribe to the idea that there's like an addiction gene, because like I don't know, with alcohol, I feel like there's no way I'll ever get addicted to that.
I mean, there is an addiction. Like, there's actually a proven thing that Native Americans, and that's why I have a huge problem, because they're genetically more susceptible to alcoholism. Although I think that there's everyone has the addiction gene. It's just where that addiction lies.
right.
Because everyone has that. Everyone has something they're addicted to, and more it's phones and stuff like, or technology now, more than ever. But like, yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying with like, especially like alcohol, I have no idea how anyone like, just how would the hangovers not get to you? And
well, it's eventually you just end up creating it, or you have a tolerance, and then it's just like like all of a sudden it's 8 years is nothing for you because you've drank.
but the hangover is irrespective of tolerance. Like, how do you just not wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm never doing this again?
I'd probably just have a couple coffees or something like that, and just
Have a good
move
night,
on.
llama.
And I don't think the thing with alcoholism is, I don't think it's necessarily having so much in a night. It's having a moderate amount every day.
Also true.
That's where I think it really racks up, because I'm sure, yeah, like anyone after having a night of just dying, like, yeah, you don't want to do that ever again. It's just like, oh my god.
I agree. Alcohol is free than weed. I don't think either are particularly good.
If you had to say, would you have something off the top of your head that you're like, yeah, I'm probably a little too addicted to this?
I mean, I probably spend too much time on the computer, but I think part of it. I don't know if I'm addicted to it though. Like
That's the hard part. Is like the stuff that I do constantly. Am I really am I addicted to it? Maybe I've no like. That's where like.
I mean, like if someone, the kind of the thing I related to is I don't think I'd go through withdrawals if someone took away all my electronics.
Oh, I think
Like,
I would too. If all of a sudden you had no electronics, I think you'd get very like, wait, what the fuck? And like,
yeah, but I think part of that's because you. I don't think it's because of the thing itself. I just think it's because it's so necessary for communication.
after watching The Social Dilemma on Netflix, it's really hard for me to look at technology the same and be like, yeah, people are totally not addicted, or like, you know what I mean? Just be like, oh yeah, humans are fine with technology. We're good. And it's just like, it just kind of makes you realize like all these things that you don't realize. Like, but I mean, yeah, like I would say I'm borderline addicted to working out too. Like, I mean, it's an addiction, but it's a slightly more healthy one. But like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, going and doing something for a couple hours a day is whatever. And
But I
shit
wouldn't
like
say
that.
you're addicted to the gym because if you're not at the gym, you're not like you don't feel traumatized. You don't, you know what I mean?
I guess yes, I get what you're saying by that, and I guess it just goes down to then what is considered an addiction.
I think like isn't one of the definitions of an addiction is that you have to go through withdrawals for it to be an addiction.
The factor or condition of being addicted to a particular substance or thing or activity.
Yeah, addiction is being addicted. Got it. What does being addicted mean?
And what qualifies it? The strictest definition of addiction refers to a disease resulting from changes in brain chemistry caused by compulsive use of drugs or alcohol. This definition includes excess use that damages health, such as drugs and alcohol. Addiction is
I don't know.
it's
It's
compulsive
probably
physiological need for use and use of a habit-forming substance, characterized by tolerance and well-defined. Okay, so that's also.
well, no, but that's yeah, exactly. I think they're all getting at there has to be some kind of physiological effect, which makes sense to me. I don't think there's a physiological effect of you not using your phone, right? Like you.
But that's where it's after watching The Social Dilemma, it's hard for me to be like, yes, I don't, because the thing is like I'm on my phone a lot.
I agree
However,
with you.
I'm
I just
typically
read
doing,
Llama.
I'm doing a lot of different things with it. That's how I watch my sports basically, or like, podcasts and sports, so, music, stuff like that. So like my phone usage time is racked up a ton. However, I don't know if that's, you know what I mean? Like it's very difficult. I just don't know if I can actually answer whether or not I was addicted to it, because one, it's always on me, and two, like I have no idea. Like it's a tough thing to fucking call. I feel like.
I mean, are human beings addicted to sex then? Like every single human?
I would agree. That's a great question, and that kind of goes down to it. And I do think sex is different than. I would actually argue that yes, we are addicted to sex because everybody.
Yeah,
wants it.
there's a noticeable physiological
also-
change when you have sex versus when you don't.
However, it's also a biological necessity, so I think that it gets some slack.
Yeah, I also agree with you, but like I don't know,
Yeah.
is it classified as an addiction? It's like
I would agree.
I know you can become addicted to pornography, but can you be addicted to sex itself?
Well, yeah, you can actually. Fuck.
Lamar Odom.
Yeah, I've heard of people being addicted to it. Or it
Well, I
being-
guess what's the guy from the NFL? Winslow? Not Winslow. What was he's on the Browns? He's a wide receiver. Is it Kellen Winslow Jr.?
Here, sex addiction can be here. Considered controversy surrounds the diagnosis of sex addiction. It's been excluded from the 5th edition of the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, but is still written about and studied in psychological and counseling circles.
Kellen Winslow Jr. Yeah. That's
By
right.
by way of definition, sex addiction is described as a compulsive need to perform sexual acts in order to achieve the kind of fix that a person with alcohol use disorder gets from a drink, or someone with opioid use disorder gets from using opiates. Sex addiction, the compulsive sexual behavior described here, should not be confused with disorders such as pedophilia or obesity. Some symptoms are chronic obsessive sexual thoughts and fantasies, compulsive relations with multiple strangers, lying to cover behaviors, preoccupation with having sex even when it interferes with daily life, productivity, work performance, so on, inability to stop or control behaviors, putting oneself or others in danger due to sexual behavior, feeling remorse or guilt after sex, experiencing other negative personal or professional consequences. So I mean, it's pretty much just if that's all you can think of and do, because that's where like humans, aren't thinking about sex 100% of the time, or probably even 50% of the time. People aren't thinking about sex and stuff like that.
I would argue then that you are not addicted to your phone. Or not thinking.
No, not okay. Yeah, 100% is not a great thing, but like, I don't think I would say I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good.
You use it too much is not the same as you being addicted to it.
But that's the thing is, if I don't have it, then would I freak out? Like I don't think I would, but I don't know. Like I have no idea. That's where it's just I guess I agree that 100% is obviously not the correct line for it. But where would you draw the line of? Fuck. I know it's a tough like a sex that.
I'd probably say that you like have withdrawals. That's the easiest way for me to describe it.
Yeah, I guess, and the weird thing, I guess. So what would a sex withdrawal be? Would that just be that you?
Well, Kellen Winslow, for example, like he just raped people. I think that's how it manifests in most people. If they can't have sex, they have a sex addiction. They go out and rape someone.
Whoa.
What, Alec?
I just said whoa.
I mean, what did you expect them to do?
Ah, shucks, man.
Like have a heart.
The problem, yeah, I was like, that's the problem. Like once you get into stuff, it's really hard for me to figure out how I feel about people. That's because obviously don't worry, that's super shitty. But at the same time, like in terms of what's it called? Like people with addictions, like they're suffering. It's not like they want to be that way and stuff. So it's tough.
Raping someone is going too far, though, for me to have any sympathy for someone.
I don't have any sympathy for pretty much any addict. If you put it that way, like I don't have any sympathy that they ruined their own life.
The problem is sometimes though they can't even like. I think there are one things that like if you get addicted to heroin, like okay that's on you for trying heroin. But I mean if you all of a sudden get addicted to alcohol, like that's not something that all of a sudden you realize or something like all of a sudden it's like oh shit, like you know what I mean. I feel like most addictions aren't you all of a sudden like, oh, I'm about to, like, if I have one more drink, I'm going to get addicted to alcohol. And so that's where it's like, I feel bad. And I don't necessarily. I just wish that they could get, or I just want them to get help. I just want them to get better. And so that's where like I don't necessarily think they should be given more shit or anything, but I think they should be given help or given at least the opportunity to get help.
Yeah, I'm gonna get McCready right here.
No, helping people is overrated.
It is tuna.
Something before you cripple yourself.
Okay, I was just trying to be edgy, but whoa.
Dude, there was I don't know why I thought of it today for some reason, but I was like, actually, I was because I passed a bunch of deer because a bunch of deer live on campus. But camouflage is whack.
You know what else is crack?
Yeah, but no, because like obviously the way that camouflage works, and I learned this past summer basically, is because like compared to deer, where like most non-predatory things aren't necessarily camouflaged, especially the bigger ones and everything, or like they don't have spots. There's deer are solid colors, and the reasoning behind all of that stuff in birds and like cheetahs and all that have spots, all evolutionary. And how camo works is basically
My old man taught me that
animals when they're looking to spot at least prey, when they're looking around an animal, what they do is they examine for shapes, so outlines of something. So when something has spots or stripes or like camouflage and there's no distinct outline, they just don't see you. Which is like wild, but that's what it is by having all those things break up, you then don't have a visible outline. So
Yeah.
then they just sort of like, oh, in there, which is like just weird as shit.
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Good night, Mama.
And like penguins too are whack. That's like their back is and their stomach, and that's like a lot of ocean life or anything with a white stomach, pretty much in a darker top, is because in terms of water, is because if you're above the water or on the top, you look down and see a dark color, it blends really well. Where because it's just going down into a dark abyss. Or if you're at the bottom looking up and you see white because the sun's white or the sky is the atmosphere above. So that's why the stomachs are always white, because looking from underneath the water, it's just like evolution is so fucking cool.
Yeah, you see that pattern all sorts of sea creatures.
Oh yeah, and it's like that's what it is simply. It's just evolution, just fucking trying to stay alive.
Yeah, the ones with lighter bellies don't get killed as often as the ones with dark bellies.
Yeah, it's fucking just.
But
I don't believe in evolution.
Do you actually not?
All I'm saying is there's no way we came from monkeys. I can't be a monkey.
Yeah, like there's monkeys today. You can go out to the. Have you never been to the zoo? You can see monkeys at the zoo.
Well, because we aren't direct descendants of Bang, obviously. What really it is it's just we have similar things between us. But I mean, like Neanderthal, going back. Like,
I don't know, man.
Oh, one
I just
person.
can't see it.
One person said to me, "But where's the missing link?"
What missing link?
To prove evolution.
What do you mean?
But those,
What would be an example of a missing link?
like between man and monkeys, is what they're talking about. Like that's the classic missing link, and that was their argument for not having evolution.
Well, what is it? You know,
there's like bajillion of them that all document like each little step. It just depends on what you determine to be like an actual separate species. Because you can see, like, we have fossils and whatever.
Do we though?
Other
Like we have fossil fuels, but I've never seen a fossil in my eyes. So.
I mean,
you can literally look up like the tree. Like people have like trees, and it shows like 1 million different steps that all serve as missing links, or like that classic missing link
I mean,
So,
come on. I see a ton of trees in the woods. Like, what does that have to do with evolution?
What's so important? What's up? There you
What?
are. I'll massage you for
I don't know how I'm confused how we got to
You ready to head
trees.
out? Damn
Well,
right.
Alex said I
did
can look
either-
up some trees, but
Oh.
why do I need to look them up when I can
Oh.
aim outside?
Different types of trees.
Yeah,
How
I
do
mean,
you know?
so when you go back, I'm sure you guys are both familiar with Neanderthal.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm.
You're preaching to the big choir, Logan.
Yeah, there's one
So-
in the
so-
other room right next to me. But
So
bully
the thing
Cassie
is,
like that.
Neanderthals
I know.
are actually a separate species of
Natan
human.
called you a Neanderthal.
to be honest, I didn't call him a Neanderthal. I called him a Neanderthal because that's what it's actually called. So.
Yeah, but that's what all the
Actually, speaking as someone that's,
presumptuous people say, you know?
that I'm more Neanderthal or whatever
Yeah, you
than
said this. It's not exactly a hot. Like, it's not a good flex, dude. It's a very
Well, the thing
odd
is, though-
flex, bro.
Well, no, but no, I know. I was just gonna say I know how to pronounce fucking with you. But the interesting thing with it, because I looked into it after, and they weren't humans. Like they weren't.
Yes.
They weren't less evolved or anything. They were just literally a whole different species, pretty much. Like I mean, it's
Yes.
literally like a fucking lion and a tiger is basically what is like.
Well,
what-
it wasn't that different because they
It
could still have
wasn't-
successful offspring.
Yeah, lion and
Yeah.
tigers cannot.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. The two ways to prevent that is either the offspring is infertile or they just are not able to fertilize in the stomach or in the uterus in the tube.
Neanderthals and Homo sapiens had fertile offspring.
Yes.
Or not Homo
Yes.
sapiens.
Yeah, Homo
Sapiens
sapiens.
out at that time?
Humans are homios.
Yeah,
Well-
but I thought, wasn't it a different, was it Homo erectus? I think it was Homo erectus
Yes.
at that time.
Yes.
Homo
No,
erectus
no, because
and
there's recorded evidence
Neanderthals?
of Neanderthals with humans, and humans are Homo sapien now.
Homo erectus were pre that. Were pre. I believe it went Homo erectus and then it was
Homo
Neanderthal.
neanderthalis, and then Homo sapien.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So.
Oh yeah, okay, it was just Homo sapiens with Neanderthals, you're right.
Yeah.
Homo erectus was like 2 million years ago, and Homo
Yeah, it's literally
Homo
with its
neanderthalis was like 100,000 years.
Oh, was Homo erectus like a
They were monkeys. Those are the first. Those are the first monkeys. that
they're considered the
could walk.
first upright. Yes.
so are
Um,
Neanderthals and Homo sapiens both descendants of that?
Yes.
Yes. So Neanderthals are extinct species. Well, they're technically not extinct then, but I guess would they be? I don't know.
Neanderthals are extinct. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you see any
This is
Neanderthals? in
the
zoos?
40,000 years ago. Well, but so they were 40,000 years ago in Eurasia. Well, that's what I'm wondering though. If you have blood in it, does that mean that you're that, or
No.
like, or what? You know,
We're a Homo
how much
sapien.
would how much percent would you have to be then considered Neanderthal?
50.
Like, okay, that's where I was wondering. I was not, I was just wondering how much it would take to be that. And yeah, I mean, even
Don't
so
go
as a-
calling yourself a Neanderthal.
no, I'm not going to. No, I was just simply.
It's
wondering-
not a
and I know
compliment.
that even though I have more than almost everybody in the fucking world, it turns out, I still only have like 2% or 3% at most.
There's no way you have 2%.
So average.
There's
Yeah.
no way that one of your great grandparent. What's 2 to the?
Okay, so people often want to know the average percent of Neanderthal and ancestry individuals typically have. The number will vary, but is usually somewhere between 1% and 4%. My grandparents were at 9% more, and so once again, I could have less, I could have more of what that. But basically, I cut those in half, just because of simplicity's sake of it, whatever. But yeah, as I said, like, because
Dude, you mean to tell me that 5 generations ago, one of your so it'd be 4 greats, one of your 4 greats grandparents was 100% Neanderthal? There's no
I
way
think
you're
it's that
1%.
it's easier for the
but
genetic
all of them
material of
could be-
the Neanderthals to get passed down because of its similarity to Homo sapien.
And also, it could have been each of them had 10%. You know what I mean? Like it could go back more and have less. But yeah, so if the average person, people have between 1 and 4, so that's really just I'm on the higher end of that scale, most likely. Ooh, here we go. Highest recorded percentage of Neanderthal DNA.
Is Logan Solheim? What?
Oh, here. So let's see.
100%.
This odd creature has been studied for afar so as to not disturb his
Okay,
bed
so
space.
Neanderthal inherited genetic material is found in all non-African populations and was reported about 1 to 4%. They found that it's probably slightly below that, but it's estimated that 20% of Neanderthal DNA currently survives in modern humans. It's interesting. Ooh, let's look at the traits. Physical traits that we have inherited or that they had.
Lives in Madison, Wisconsin, or
Lives part-time in Madison, part-time in Illinois. No. Occipital bun was a knot of rounded bone at the back of the skull that may have been an adaptation for an attachment of their massive or jaw muscles.
I'm not gonna say I don't see a resemblance.
Okay, so hey,
big
you know that
chunks.
wait, do you guys have that bump on the back of your head?
And I feel like
I mean-
everyone has a bump on the back of their head. Where the skull.
No, my skull is smooth.
Yeah, smooth skin.
Well, yeah, but like that, if you've got like that bun kind of like fucking circle rounded bone that's kind of sticking out a little bit, that's from there.
I mean, that's where your cranium meets your other all bone.
I'm not going to last
Space
long
between
anyway.
wisdom teeth. A brow ridge.
Oh
thinking
yeah, I
four.
don't have a very I don't have a brow ridge. Oh.
I
have a
definitely
s-
do, but
I have a slight one.
Well, brow
long-
ridge is different than the orbital bone open. I pretty much
No.
I don't think I have a brow ridge at all.
I can definitely just feeling it right now. I have a little bit of one because it does jet out, but it's not a major one when you think of a Neanderthal.
I mean, I can feel
Broad
it up my
projecting
nose.
a broad nose. I don't have a big nose.
Uh oh.
Little or no chin.
Uh
So if you don't have much of a chin. Rosy cheeks. That's just what.
oh. What?
Neanderthals had
Sexy
a large
looking-
mental foramen
Sexy ass.
in their mandible for facial blood supply, meaning that their side jaws and cheeks were well supplied with blood. This result was a reddening of the cheeks, familiar to Eurasians inhabiting the northern latitudes when the weather is cold.
Looks like a snack. Ah shit, must be a Neanderthal.
Wide fingers and thumbs.
That's terrible done.
Oh shit.
What up? It's that boy.
Uh,
Remember that meme?
dude, look at the size of these two hands. This is what they're saying in terms of wide fingers.
I've got a few minutes to browse. Uh-huh.
Like, so if you've got like those thick fingers.
Whoa, that is.
If you have
That
dick
guy was stung by a bee.
Did you say if you have dick
Yeah.
fingers?
Straight, thick hair. Well, that's me right there. That's not okay. Insulating skin.
Alec, why'd you send a picture of me?
It was a Logan.
That hair actually kind of matches yours. Fair
Yeah.
skin and freckles, red hair.
Those eyebrows are just so huge in that Neanderthal.
Damn, I didn't realize red hair was them.
The gingers are Neanderthals, is what you're saying.
That's Neanderthals also likely had the same distribution of hair color as modern Eurasian populations, including a spectrum of red hair from auburn to brilliant red to strawberry blonde. Between 2 and 6% of modern Northwestern Europeans have red hair, compared with the average of around 0.6 of the world's whole population. British Isles, Scotland, around 30. Okay.
Did you say they're on the spectrum?
Yes.
One of in the main gene for modern human hair appears to be Neanderthal origin and may have helped European hair color to diversify by providing raw material for selection to act on. Large eyes. None of us have large eyes. Immunity against Eurasian pathogens. Well, that one just makes sense. increased risk of type 2 diabetes, increased risk of Crohn's disease, increased risk of lupus,
It's
increased
never
risk
lupus though.
of biliary chirus,
I like that. Nathan.
difficulty with nicotine addiction,
That was
Hey,
the house.
Solomon.
increased risk of long-term depression.
You know me, I'm always on that Nick.
Mo?
I'm not looking to make friends. Beat it.
Oh,
Need new
that's the
clothes?
depression scale.
Let's
I don't
not
care
lie
about that.
Violet's basement. Open during
Okay.
Thank you for finding Earl's killer.
I've got a few
Oh,
minutes to
dude.
browse.
That's what.
Let's see. Yeah, genetic data on a half a million Brits reveal ongoing evolution in Neanderthal legacy. I just want to see like a checklist.
A checklist out.
Yeah, I was
How
just like-
Neanderthal are you?
Oh,
Yeah.
like a BuzzFeed quiz.
Yeah.
How Neanderthal are you? More traits. Here we go. Yeah, I just want to get some traits.
Yeah. Exactly.
That was the dumbest thing ever. Here we go.
Don, I've been thinking about how to do actual like spaceship movement,
And
like from the player's perspective.
Oh, Alec, you're out. You're on this list. Long clavicles.
long clavicles.
Yeah, I've got a list of things. Long gracile pelvic pubis.
Isn't
Big
the
dick?
clavicle?
I have no idea. Large rounded fingertips, large caps, thick bow shaft of the thigh bone.
Oh, I got a bow
Big
shaft.
shaft.
Got a thick bowed shaft. Large hands and feet, thick joints. Boys got some thick ass joints.
Boys got
Large,
some-
broad chest, large wide shoulder blades, barrel shaped or bell shaped rib cage and no waist. That doesn't really make sense. Curved limbs,
Curved swords.
a broad nose, bony projections on the side of the navel opening.
You're messing with the best.
Lack of protruding chin. Broad cranial vault with M and bombe, partial or parietal morphology.
You're messing with the best.
Ooh, Neanderthals seem to suffer a higher frequency of fractures, especially common to the ribs.
Oh.
The
nice.
feet, fibula, spine, and skull. That's like half the body.
You're messing with the best.
The ribs, femur, fibulas, spine, and skull. That's your whole midsection and head and your legs.
And I've never had a broken leg.
Yeah, no, I haven't either, but like, I'm just saying in general, that list literally just listed off your entire midsection.
It also said or implied Neanderthals have large wieners. So.
Well, I guess I know where all my Neanderthal DNA went.
All
Not
2%.
My penis. Trauma, particularly related to fractures or cases of trauma. Oh my, what? They usually take the form of stab wounds.
What?
I got a lot of those.
Neanderthals are more likely to get stabbed in prison.
Yeah, it says particularly related to fractures or cases of trauma seen on many skeletons of Neanderthals. These usually take the form of stab wounds as seen on so and so, whose lungs was probably punctured by a stab wound to the chest between the 8th and 9th ribs. This may have been an intentional attack or literally a hunting accident.
Neanderthals are more likely to go hunting and then get stabbed. Got it.
Oh,
Well,
other signs of trauma
Neanderthal-
include blows to the
watched a-
head.
I watched a video on it. Neanderthals. One of the reason that they died out more than the humans, or is because they relied more on melee combat because they were tougher. So they would go in for melee, but then they'd still take some amount of damage. When humans just threw spears.
Yeah, you seem a
Sense.
little smarter.
Well, I mean, so when you look at the body for a Homo sapien, they're females are like 5'1" to 5'3", males are 5'4" to 5'6". So they're short. I mean, they're short, stocky, and more explosive, and
They're dwarves.
yeah, they're more so dwarves, where they are just thick, stocky, built. Yeah.
Stay home if you sick. Come over.
The
Which-
COVID mantra.
I mean, that makes sense.
When it does, that makes sense.
Yes.
How can it not?
Here we go. I think we just try and get a bunch of Neanders. Create one again. And just put them at running back.
Stick a Neanderthal at offensive guard for.
Jurassic
Dude, I didn't
Park, but
realize how
for football.
bad Drew whatever
Tamia?
the fuck his name is. And oh my god, that Seahawk game, he was so.
I was
No.
telling you, bro.
To be fair, he was a good run blocker.
No,
but
he wasn't.
He was
not a
decent.
good run. No. Yeah, his run blocking was better than his pass blocking. It was still horrific.
Okay, fair enough. And the Seahawks suck, so like his.
PFF, actually, one of my biggest criticisms of it is it actually weights run blocking higher than it does pass blocking, just because of the way they do the math. So like, if anything, his grade would be better than it should be.
What? Oh my god, yeah, I didn't realize how bad he was until I just watched him get absolutely fucked. And I was just like, oh, yeah.
Well, dude, he
watching
had
that
like
was-
what 4 penalties? That's so bad.
Yeah.
Penalties are so crucial to avoid. Nah, fuck this.
See, the weird thing, so the Neanderthal range in Europe and like where they primarily lived, was Spain and Portugal, up to Lower England, and then it was the right in Italy, Germany, going over, and stopped in like Austria and there. There were a couple spots in the Middle East they were, and then
You said
right
they
above-
live in Spain?
yeah.
What are the odds? I lived in Spain too. The S is silent.
I hate you. And it's like 14-year-old girls. But well, the interesting is, yeah, I guess that might not be true. Obviously, who the fuck actually knows? But the crazy thing is like, my dad's parents were the ones that had that heavily, and they are like all Norwegian up there, like they're straight Scandinavian
Good day to you.
with nothing else. So. Makes me curious. Oh, interestingly enough, though, fuck, damn it. Now I forgot. Fuck. Well, I know I don't have this one. It's protein, calorie, malnutrition. Don't have that.
Yeah, you live and die by the protein.
Dude, I've been watching a Joe Rogan today. He was doing a ton of shit. I was just watching a ton of videos of his today. of it was just breaking down the carnivore diet. It's like that, which I might try just because why not?
Carnivore diet seems pretty bad. Even according to his own admission, he said that he stomach like couldn't handle it and he's had explosive diarrhea for like
So that's what. So it was interesting because that's what he said. And then I assume you know who Jordan Peterson is, right?
yes, of course.
Yeah. So
The crabs or the lobster.
Yeah.
But so it was him and actually his daughter was on
Kayla.
another one of them. Yeah, and they both have like severe autoimmune disease and like cannot eat like anything, and they literally like do strictly pretty much the carnivore diet,
Yeah.
like all meat and stuff. Which I don't know. I mean, I do not plan on living and dying or anything like that by it. But it was just kind of interesting. I spent time watching that today.
I don't deny it's interesting, but I mean, from Joe Rogan's own, I'd not try
Which
it.
is funny because when he was talking to Jordan Peterson about it, he was like, "Oh, all I've ever heard is just positive things about that diet."
Well, yeah, when he went with Jordan Peterson, he was talking about doing it, and then he actually did it. And he said he liked it. He said after he got past the 2 weeks of shitting, that he felt like really good. But the issue.
I mean, that's pretty much how.
Shitting.
Yeah, that's pretty much how they, or anyone I've heard do it is that first 2 weeks your body just struggles with it, and then all of a sudden you just wake up one day after like a week to 2 weeks or whatever, however long it takes for your body to adjust, and then you wake up and you're just like, oh, I'm good now. But
I'm feeling eyes on my back. Damn, now it's just starting to have fun.
here we go.
This Fallout 4 has updated the COVID. This raider I killed was wearing a surgical mask.
That's funny. God damn it. National Geographic makes you log in with an email and create an account.
Aw, man, come back! I was having fun.
Disappearing act, huh?
Hey, Alec.
Yeah.
Suck a butt.
What?
You heard me.
No, thank you. I appreciate the gesture.
Not a ass fan.
Revolutionary sword.
Phil Swift, to show you how powerful the power of flex tape, I saw this crewmate in half.
Who's there? Whoa, shut the fuck up a second. I hear something. Oh.
He's teleported.
now. Opening fire.
Dude, your boy played a whole bunch of soccer tonight.
You did?
Oh yeah. So we got club football here,
Uh-huh.
and club soccer plays at the same time. So typically, at the end of practice, you just go play soccer with them for like 30 minutes to an hour.
Huh.
So did that. I am somehow the only person who knows and understands the basics of soccer and how to just do anything and just. I mean, the guy played soccer for I don't know, like until through 8th grade. Whatever, so I played with a decent amount and just have basics understanding of soccer from just watching some of it, playing it, and stuff. Nowhere close to a master or anything like that, obviously. Or like an average soccer player, but like I understand the game and stuff. And, like nobody else does on the fucking football team. Which is kind of funny because they basically just like, Logan, can you try and do everything? And it's like, no, because soccer is one of the sports that you really can't do everything, because just when everyone else, when no one else knows how to do anything, you can't just fucking go offense, defense, goalie, and like everything.
My arm.
But overall, it's fun.
Yeah, I don't know how high my hopes are for Southern Illinois State club soccer.
Dude, I found out. So the fucking football team, the club football team, like we legitimately go play Ohio State's club football team and like Michigan State's.
That's cool.
And they've like they actually will win. Which partly probably just says more about Ohio State's thing, but like
We don't have a club football team at Madison.
I know. I wish there was.
I'd be kicker for sure.
But that I mean that's how I got here, because I was like, you know, maybe I'll do rugby. I'll look at doing rugby here if they have it. And then they didn't have rugby, but they had club football, and I was like, well, I might as well show up. And for some reason, one of the dudes is trying to put me on offensive line is the dude that's like fat as fuck.
200 pounds plays offensive line.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I was like, you know, I would be okay doing a tight end or fullback and blocking 70 to 80% of the time and just kind of being that ready, like whatever, and like every once in a while. But like, there's no reason that at being 6 foot 200 that I should be playing. There's not. And stuff. And he's like, dude, Logan, you're literally going to be one of our biggest guys. And it's like, okay, you look at it. I'm roughly the same size in height and weight as Delvin Cook. Now, don't get me wrong, Delvin's obviously stronger, but Delvin Cook, I believe, is fuck. I'm pulling this up right now. Delvin Cook is okay. I don't want to see his bye week. Wait. So Delvin's
He's 5'9", 205,
yeah, this is
right?
5. Yeah, 5. This one says 5'10", 209. Melvin Gordon, 6'1", 207.
Ooh, Melvin Gordon. Did you hear about today?
Yeah, DUI while speeding. Fucking dumbass. But so that's the thing. So I'm literally the size of Melvin Gordon. I'm light. I'm a little less than 210. I'm sitting at like 205 to 210 right now. So 207, slightly above 6 foot. So like I'm the size of Melvin Gordon. Why the fuck am I playing O-line? Now, obviously, Melvin Gordon's also someone who's bigger and stronger than me. Like, obviously, I agree with that. Like, in terms of our actual bodies, but why the fuck am I doing that? Yeah, and this kid is like 6'2", maybe that 6'1", more like. He's like 6'1", and like 250. And today when we were splitting up or whatever, or 230, and we were splitting up doing the where to go for positions or whatever, because this is the first day they actually wanted to separate linemen and stuff like that. They literally like, okay, Logan, lineman, another dude whose also name is Logan, who's like probably 5'10", like he played center though, so he can snap the ball, so they're like, you're in. And then another dude who's actually the size of a guard, or something like that. Or two other guys that are both the size of guards. And then there was me. And that kid that's 6'1", 230 or 240 is over there with the receivers running routes. And he keeps saying, keeps putting me and him in the same category in size and speed and athleticism. It's like, no, I'm the best athlete out here. I know that. Like, for a fact, I know more about sports than anyone out here. I watch more. I've played more than you guys. Like, no. And he just refuses to and then they were talking about, oh, well, if we have to grab an O lineman for a tight end, it's like you'd expect them to pick me. And they're like, hey, Kenny, who's a nice kid, he's funny, decent athlete, but he's probably 230 or 240 as well. He's about probably the size of the other guy. And I was just sitting there yeah, let's not grab the person that was safety and cornerback for 3 years and not fat. Let's let's just pick everyone else. Great idea, guys.
Oof.
And it's really dumb. They're very obnoxious. Dude, what the Chris Hemsworth or Chris Evans, sorry, is 6 foot 187 pounds.
Damn. Now we're just starting to have fun.
That's the one thing that's blown my mind. I always assumed that the superheroes, the all three of the Chris's and stuff like that, would be the 220 and 6'3" or something like that. They're all less than 6'2" or 6'2" or less, and I think Chris Hemsworth is the largest at, let's see.
Thank you so much for the follow, Satir Crane. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Grand.
Wait. And Chris Pratt is. Okay, so that makes sense that he's the biggest. So he's the biggest at about 220 at 6'2", and then it's 6'1", 207, or just over 200, and then it's 6 foot 187.
Got it.
That means I am literally larger than Chris Hemsworth if we're sitting next to each other. I have more mass than him.
I'm proud of you.
Well, that's just a weird thing for me to think about, or to realize that I don't know, because of playing sports, especially football, is being 6 foot 200. That's a pretty average sized person. That's in high school football. That's not absurd. That's taller than most, but not the tallest. And you got the O lineman that's larger than the receivers and cornerbacks, but not the the offensive linemen and defensive linemen and at times the linebackers. So it's very middle of the pack. I don't like this. Chris Pratt has a towering height of 188 centimeters.
But you really don't like the metric system that much?
I would not say 6'2" is towering.
Rude. I mean, 6'2" is 90th percentile of height. I'd probably say 90th percentile is towering. Well, I don't know. I don't know, 6'2" is 90th percentile. I wouldn't say it's towering, but
yeah, I guess I just wouldn't use the term towering.
That reminds you of the old days.
It actually makes sense. It says Chris Hemsworth is sitting at about 215 for Thor, and when he was in Rush or something like that, it goes down to 180 or 190.
I will say being 6'2" and skinny is nice because I'm fast.
Yes. Are you? So you are 6'2"?
I'm 6'2" and a half, yeah.
Alec, what are you then? Are you
6'4.5".
You're 6'4.5"?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was Natan's 6'2" roughly, or 6'3", and then you at 6'4", or 6'3", 6'4", and then Grant is slightly above that, and then Jack is
Grant's 6'5" and Jack's 6.
yeah. Yeah, that's right. I guess I thought you guys were all just down 1 inch, but it's about the same. Alec, how much you weighing in at these days?
Last time I checked, 185.
Jesus Christ.
I'm at the lightest I've been since like
How am I 8 inches shorter
high
than
school.
Jack and like shorter than like I guess like I'm middle of the pack in height for our group, and somehow I'm the largest.
I don't know. I've been an endurance athlete my whole life. So.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like I mean, nobody played football. Like it was all, I mean, Jack did baseball, which and basketball he did for a bit. But then you did soccer, Roger did soccer, Alec did basketball. Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Country.
Oh, you did track as well.
Yeah, I did cross country in middle school, and then for us cross country was fall, so I picked soccer over it once I got to high school. Then I did
Okay, gotcha.
I did basketball in 9th grade, and then I quit to focus on soccer and track. But
I did soccer
Okay,
in middle school.
I did not realize that you did track in high school.
I just did it. I never was a varsity runner, but I also didn't try.
Yeah, gotcha. But yeah, no. So that's the thing. Is like everybody. Roger did soccer. Morgan did soccer. Grant did rowing, and swimming.
Yeah, he was also cross country.
Yeah, that's right. Massimo didn't play anything. But like yeah, it's just everyone did endurance sports.
It's kind
without
of
any
weird though
battles.
that like, you know, the freshman 15, but like everyone in our
Yeah.
friend group got freaking lighter. Like I mean, I guess it's 15,
Yeah.
but like Jack got significantly lighter. Alec got significantly lighter. Massimo got the most weight loss of anyone by far.
But he also just did it by literally. Him and Jack were so unhealthy about losing the weight. I mean, kudos to them. They lost it. But they lost it in. I mean, Jack literally wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
Which now, I mean, who the fuck knows? Rob Lowe says that nowadays he does intermittent fasting, and then like every 2 or 3 days he just goes a day without eating, where he'll eat dinner and then won't eat until dinner the next day. So
Yeah.
like,
Intermittent fasting's really good.
well,
for
yeah,
weight.
I'll say that's a bit more than intermittent fasting, obviously.
But like to
well-
compensate with intermittent fasting, the meals you eat have to be like high in macronutrients, and I'm not sure breakfast sausage and eggs.
Also true, yes. But yes, so I mean, Jack and Massimo both lost weight, and that's great for them.
Massimo lost it all like over winter break freshman year. I remember. It was like crazy. He came back from winter break and he was like super skinny. I'm like, what?
Well, yeah, I was because he was starting that trend, and he was starting obviously going down. But I think he just smoked and didn't eat. That's how he lost it. Honestly, I think that's how it was. But yeah, so like that, and then I mean, I gained a little bit of weight, but it wasn't anything like it wasn't the freshman 15 or anything. It was just from us pretty much working out as a group and everything like that. But overall, I mean, I think I graduated at 180. I graduated high school at 185, and I ended the year at 190. So like. That was, and it was while working out constantly as a group. It wasn't all obviously muscle, but it wasn't a 15 or just getting fat or anything like that. But yeah, for the most part, nobody lost or nobody gained any unhealthy weight.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big Morgan was this summer. He said he got up to 175.
You really?
That's what he said. Yeah, he said I got to 175, and then he's like, I had to start running, and so I started running, and I'm back to. He said he's back down to like 160 something.
How tall is Morgan?
He's like 5'10".
5'10", yeah.
Why start a...
Ever since I was little,
Yeah, no, that's where because like I didn't know, and I didn't see him a ton. I saw him
I'll take a
like
look.
once a month
I've got
pretty
just
much, and he didn't look big. Like I just didn't even notice it when he said it. I was kind of like, damn, but it's. I've become a big fan of writing down my workouts. like while I'm working out, I've got like a small fucking pad
Looking to wet your
and
whistle,
just
huh?
fucking
Let's see what you
Doing
have.
I've
with
got
your
just the
workouts?
thing.
like recording them, like writing
Oh.
shit down too. And so just because like I have all the workouts planned, whatever, in terms of like a large selection of them when I go in. But it's just nice to be able to like I write down the weights and reps and stuff like that. And go from there. Which I don't know, it feels like I'm able to fucking keep track of shit a little bit better. And I don't know, I feel like when I write it down, it makes it more real. Which is kind of weird to say, but like it's like, oh,
I feel it.
this is what I did. I mean, it's the same when people say that you should create a to-do list. It's the same thing of like, oh, I did this. Like, you have that sense of like you got it done. But
I definitely wish I had more time to work out. I have work every day, school every day, and I also spend 2 hours of my day playing soccer.
yeah,
Like,
how
I'd love to
how
work.
often or how often do you work, or like how long?
I work 10 to 20 hours a week, but it's usually like probably 16, I'd say, hours a week.
Okay. See, that's typically what I work. I work it in just a couple chunks, but then I don't have to spend a ton of time on school just with how my
Hey, Mr. Chameleon, I really appreciate the follow. Thank you. Stick around.
Wednesday I have to do my physics. I have physics that I have everything I do on Wednesday, and then it's Saturday. Everything else is due on Saturday or Sunday for me. So I just do it in the morning, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'm done. So like I really don't do much school Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and basically just that's my weekend because then I just, especially when I would work 10 hours on Saturday, I was able to just be there because I was really just supervising. So I would just bring my homework there and work on homework for 10 hours on the weekend and get everything done. Which then has just let it where I can go to the gym and work out for
Thanks, Mr. Chameleon. Am I pronouncing your name right?
however long I'm feeling it.
I definitely overstudied my midterm today. I got 100% on it, and I studied such a joke. It was 20-minute midterm, or I finished it in 20 minutes, but it was 12 questions for an hour. It's like,
Oof.
alright, I gotta focus on this part. Alex, do you remember the part of Fallout 4 with the racetrack? Horse racetrack?
Horse racetrack. I remember the robot racetrack.
Well, Easy City Downs. It was a pre-war horse race.
Is that the one where the Raiders have set up
Yeah.
their
Pilot
robot
Battalion.
racing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that part.
It's on. Who do I pick this week to get a win in the Pick'em League?
Being in your pick'em.
Or not the Pick'em, but the Survivor pool I'm in.
Oh yeah.
It's tough because I already picked the Colts playing Cincy, Detroit, Jacksonville, Vikings, Falcons, Washington, Giants, Chicago, Carolina, Baltimore, Philly, Pittsburgh, Houston, Tennessee, New England, Denver,
Honestly,
Miami, Jets.
honestly,
I might do my
Vikings over Falcons might be a pretty decent one. Like out of all the weeks to pick the Vikings,
Packers, Buccaneers. I can't pick anyone from the Rams, 49ers. I have Kansas City, Buffalo, and I can't pick Cardinals versus Dallas.
I might. I don't know. I'm kind of in the same boat. Pretty.
Yeah, I've the NFC West so far.
I'm scared of picking the Vikings over the Falcons because they just fired their coach, and teams that fired their coach very well. Dolphins, Jets. Honestly, I think I'm gonna
That's
do
what
that.
I'm thinking.
Doing
That's
Dolphins, Jets.
the Jets suck.
All right, I locked my pick. I gotta check
Yeah,
my
I-
pigskin pick'em as well.
I say, dude, I'm still so.
Oh yeah, Mr. Chameleon. They want to me. I'm wearing intelligence armor to maximize XP gain, so it's just closed armor and I'm very low in HP. Okay, so I still gotta do my pigskin. I haven't done mine.
Oh my.
Yeah, dude, someone picked Kansas City this past week, so that's.
Dude, the Bears have such an easy schedule.
I know. I almost considered picking that. They just
I think I'm gonna go Browns over Steelers.
Oh, I don't know. That one's a tough one. Oh, for Pick'em. I thought you were saying for Survivor.
No, Survivor. I'm doing Dolphins over Jets. Like, come on.
Yeah, dude, someone picked the fucking Kansas City this past weekend, though.
Washington or Giants?
Holy, a ton of people picked it. I Washington's defense will fucking tear Daniel Jones.
I'm
into
picking
ass.
Bucks over Packers.
I did that as well, I believe. Oh my god, so many people at Dallas. Holy shit. That almost just took out fucking, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people had Dallas this past week. Oh my god, they almost lost, and then someone had Seattle who almost lost too. So there almost were fucking 11 people that got out. Oh damn, someone picked Houston against. See, I liked Houston against Jacksonville, but I wouldn't put all of my money on them.
Yeah, I'm still in my eliminator, so doing.
Iron Maiden's out to an early lead, but
I actually like picked a bunch of. I like picking a bunch of risky ones early, and then picking like a bunch of tough ones later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of going
Or a
through,
bunch of
and
easy ones later.
the NFC West was just going through some cakewalks initially. Like, 49ers, I picked them to go against the Jets. I had Colts week 1, and they allowed it because literally almost over half the field got out on that. They're like, yeah, you get one redo or buy back in, simply because
This is the best
Well,
over
week
half-
1 is just old though. I don't have the balls for that.
it was, but at the same time, it was like they're playing the.
I had no idea how good the Colts were gonna be. That's like I was not about
I
that.
figured the defense was going to be good, and their O-line, and Jacksonville was going to be awful. Jacksonville came out and surprised everyone. But then I did 49ers against the Jets, Seattle against the Cowboys, Rams against the Giants, and Cardinals against the Jets. Basically, I've just been going who plays the Jets. Because they're
You know
literally-
what? Not too bad.
Jets might go 0-16.
They genuinely might.
Fuck, Miami scares me a little bit on that one, but I don't have a better option to pick. So many people did Buffalo week 1, which I'm happy about. I like having Buffalo later because I can play them against the Jets the second round, or second time.
I'm feeling eyes on my back. Time to die.
Yeah, it was funny. Al sent me a message today asking if I would be willing, because I'm in Illinois, that I can sports gamble. However, you have to be 21 too. And I was like, you have to be 21, don't you? And he said, oh shit, you're right, good point. And I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, if I was 21, I would be more than happy to make those bets for you. So, I don't know, Tennessee versus Houston sounds kind of nice. Although Tennessee is getting off of a, what's it called? A short week, a real
Oh, they
short
are.
week.
Oh yeah. Wait,
They just played. Tennessee played last night.
dude. What if they made someone play Tuesday then Thursday? Would that be insane?
Honestly, that'd be kind of nice.
Tuesday then Thursday in the same week?
I mean, okay, but if it was like, let's say, I don't know, Green Bay played someone like, I don't, or let's just say someone played Jets Giants.
Just get the game over with, the biggest shit show of all time.
Yeah, just get 2 super shitty games and just have them go against like the Packers or Kansas City and just like fucking roll through them.
Or just have like the worst game of all time, like Jets Giants. Just have that on a short week because no one cares about it.
Yeah. I think New England versus Denver also might be a good game for the Survivor League.
I think New England beats them. I
Oh,
mean, I
yeah.
do too. For me, I have New England winning another week. I think I had them beating the Jets.
Oh yeah, I haven't picked them yet, but I think with Newton.
Oh wait, you go 1 week at a time?
Oh yeah,
I
so
map out my whole thing and then I recheck the week of.
oh yeah, no, this I've just been doing 1 week at a time, simply because yeah, I just want to be able to examine each game each week. And then also, teams are hot, teams get cold, and so like I guess as long as I check, I just have to remember to check. But me and Johnny typically send each other messages and check up on each other and make sure we're doing where we're in. But
You're messing with the best.
so yeah, the league has 48, and 16 members are out right now.
Find him and kill him. You picked the wrong day to piss me off.
Dude, fucking Tua's gonna come in next year. He's so fucking good.
Damn.
Yeah, learning from the GOAT himself.
He has more 300-yard passing yards and 3 touchdown games than John Elway.
Gonna have fun.
John Elway and Troy Aikman are two of the most overrated pieces of crap quarterbacks ever.
I think Aikman is more overrated than Elway.
I agree, but I think Elway's overrated as hell.
I would
Aikman
agree
literally
with
was
that.
almost 50-50, 1-to-1 interception
Well,
to touchdown ratio.
technically, it wasn't. I know technically Elway was negative, but Elway was just he built different.
Bro.
But I feel like just John Elway is just different than fucking. I mean, Troy Aikman just. It's Troy Aikman. Like, that's how I feel about him. I just don't even know a better way. Like, that's just the best way to describe it.
Didn't Troy Aikman win more Super Bowls
Than who, Elway?
than Elway? Elway only won the one, right?
Oh, yeah. No, he won more, but I don't think that's necessarily the indicator. I mean, Elway was
No,
a better
but
quarterback.
what did Elway do
Manning.
better than Aikman?
I don't know. I think he's a better runner. I don't know. I just feel like he's a better overall quarterback. Like, Aikman just had everything handed to him.
Time this.
Yeah.
What's insane is, like, Kirk Cousins is better than, like, either of them by a lot. It's so weird.
Oh yes, well that's just the evolution of passing and the game and everything. But dude, you missed it. It was just a shit show. Everyone was on Kirk tonight, and I was like, you know what? Don't get me wrong. I don't think we'll win a Super Bowl with him, but he's not as bad as what you guys are saying right now. And like
Who was shitting on him? The guys who don't watch football?
Yeah, it was Morgan started bitching about him, and then Jacob was laughing about it, and Roger, and I was just like, yeah, hold on.
Jacob has some leg to stand on. Morgan and Roger have watched maybe like 3/4 of a football
don't get me
game
wrong.
in 3 years since I've known
Don't
them.
get me wrong. The turnovers in the quarter definitely hurt, obviously. But like, who knows what happens if that doesn't make it? Like,
This has
Russell,
also been his like worst year as a Vikings so far.
yeah. But yeah, no. Morgan was like, I gave him the first couple seasons of doubt or whatever of believing in him. He's like, I'm just done.
He doesn't watch.
And I was just like, yeah, what? And he's just like, I wish I'd rather just us go 0-16 and draft someone. I was just like, what? Like,
We already won a game, so can't do that.
yeah, no. Well, that's where he said he was disappointed they won it, and I was just like, that makes zero sense. But
I feel like he just like hears
They were just
everything
kinda
from
shitting, and
Jack, and then like just
Probably.
repeats whatever Jack says.
But it was just like crazy. Just he was talking about. They were just all fucking talking about it. I was like, I don't know. What's it? Whatever. And I was like, okay. Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins both last night. And Kirk Cousins.
Outplayed Russell Wilson.
Yeah, but even if you look at the mistakes, they both threw a bad pick. The fucking fumbles. You can argue that they should have been incomplete passes. You can argue either way, especially the second one. First one, a little bit more to stand on, and it was a fumble. But at the same time, literally those plays happened directly after Delvin Cook just fucking shat his groin out himself, or you know what I mean? Like, all the momentum went to the Seahawks then, and they just went all out blitz. Yeah, and they fucking got to him. But then
Yeah, look at our old line.
he had 2 back-to-back long drives, including one 95-yard drive that took over 8 minutes in the fourth quarter. Like, Kirk Cousins did everything we needed to do to win. He was a half yard short. I do respect going for the going for the game, 4th and 1 or 4th and
Well, I mean,
inches.
it was the right call. If you look at the, I looked it up. There's many different win probability models.
Here's
single one
actually
I've
why.
seen,
Here's why I would. The only reason I would have argued against it. They already had one of those against the Patriots. I would. The Seahawks stopped Cam Newton.
Oh,
and
I mean, come on, that's uncorrelated, dude.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just one of those things of because right away I thought about this today. I was like, someone was talking about it, and I was like, you know what? I just kind of remembered that all of a sudden. I was like, fuck, dude. I don't know, because the thing is, if you kick that field goal, they still have to make that drive and all of that time. You know what I mean? They still have to make that drive.
Yeah, nothing changes pretty much if we go.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. The win Yeah, the one argument you could have made was that the Vikings were clearly outplaying them, so at that point you're almost not necessarily you're not better off getting it to overtime, but if the Vikings got to overtime, I would be confident that they would win because they were literally outplaying the Seahawks the entire game. That I don't think.
No, it was a great call. Even without making it, our win probability was like 94. It's 100% on our.
God,
defense.
dude, Dantzler on that fucking.
How do you miss? Like, I know it's DK, but like he lost the ball. Like he was in great position, lost the ball.
And like 5 yards ahead.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, "Fuck!" But I mean, honestly, the defense.
I thought he picked him off because of how he was like looking over his shoulder. I thought he just got overthrown and like was gonna pick him.
Honestly, like that game right there. Like I actually now we've lost. We're obviously 1-4, but
we've lost 2 games by literally 1 point.
And then and those are both playoff teams and both undefeated.
By the way, I think Zimmer, amazing. Like people always talk about Zimmer messing up. That's got to be one of the best coaching jobs I've ever seen was against the Seahawks.
Oh, that was amazing.
Every single decision he made, I agreed with, except there's like 1 4th and 1 from the 40 that we punted in like the second quarter, and I thought we should have gone for that.
Yeah, I know which one you're referencing. The only thing I would say with that is just you don't want to maybe overextend your hand a little bit and show, because I'm assuming they don't have a plethora. You know, I'm assuming that they have a certain set of like 3 or 4 fourth down plays. Really, that's like this is what we want to do.
No, that's a bad argument to me because it's like your job as an offensive coordinator is to work off that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I could understand in case there's something that gets down to it. And
no, that is not. You have like a 94% chance of converting fourth. It's pretty much. It's worth going for them pretty much anywhere on the field at any point in time. But like, there's exceptions, but like even from your own 30, it's worth going 4th and 1. You have like a 90% chance to convert. Like if you go by every win probability model ever.
Yeah. I don't know, with how the defense was playing though too. I don't know. That one's a tough one. I mean, you can make an argument that because the defense was playing well, go for it. You can also make an argument to punt them, pin them deep in their own territory, and let your defense get it and keep the field. You know what I mean? That I don't think that's. I think that's one of those calls that it could go either way, and it's.
I'm just gonna go with whatever the analytics say. I have the best win probability because like I would trust analytics much more than I trust gut feeling.
I don't. I mean, I like analytics a lot, but I mean,
it's literally just an aggregation of and modeling of previous football events. It's gonna be more right than the average coaches.
I don't know. I did hate Colin Cowherd's description of it because he was like, because he was talking.
Colin Cowherd's not analytical at all. He doesn't like.
Well, so he was. No, I know he was talking about it, and he was just like. I get analytics. I like analytics. But there's also such things as manalytics. And I was just like, what the fuck? And he was just talking about how, you know, football is a man's sport and, you know, it comes down to it, whatever. And it was funny because he's like, I don't disagree with a coach's play. Like I will never agree with that. And then went on to talk about how the Vikings should have kicked a field goal. Like, aren't you just disagreeing with that right there? Is it you take the points, you're outplaying them, you get into overtime. Like partly, yeah, I slightly agree with that. Make it 8 points so you at least know that it's going to go to overtime, and you just literally have to stop them while they drive the whole field. I mean, really, if you kick that field goal, the situation does not change from where they were. If we didn't get it, the kicking a field goal on that is the exact same thing. Besides, now you're for sure. Also, didn't we go for 2 earlier in the game or no?
Yes, which was also the correct choice. We went for 2 to
We
tie it
didn't
up
get
at
it,
21.
right.
Yeah, and we didn't get it.
Okay, no, that makes sense then. Yeah. Okay, I forgot. I was just like trying to think if that was or not. Yeah. Because fuck, wait. Then if we would have kicked the field goal, would have been we had 6-point lead, right? At the end, or would have been a 5?
I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
So if we would have just kicked the field goal and gotten 1 point and tied it at 21.
You mean an extra point?
Or yeah, sorry, extra point.
An extra point wouldn't have tied it at 21. An extra point would have meant we were losing 20 to 21.
Or yeah, losing by 1. Okay, so then they would have scored and would have been at 27. Okay, yeah, I was just trying to think of where, because then they would have just kicked the field.
The only argument for kicking the extra point is that then if we score a touchdown like we did to get it to 26, and then we got another possession, we could have gotten a field goal to put us
end
over.
it.
Yeah. But
Which would then won it at the end, but yeah.
yeah, but that's a ridiculous argument, because what if you don't score again and you lose 20 to 21?
You're moving way too slow.
Yeah.
And also,
Well,
like, none of that should have mattered. It should have just been the easiest conversion of all time on the 4th and 1.
Alexander Madison decided to run right into the fucking tackle.
Dude, did you watch the playback? Like, that was a good play call. It was ISO. He had 1v1 with a linebacker and just fucking missed it.
Well, he literally ran into the tackle. He ran into O'Neal first.
Yeah, I mean, that's another one where I said
Like-
at the time, I'm 100% sure Dalvin Cook converts that one.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the difference between them.
Dalvin Cook, like, just always breaks the first tackle. It's kind of
I would have strapped Delvin up for that one. I would have sent him in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But then
I
if
mean-
we
I
send
mean, he
Dalvin
went
in,
in
then
earlier.
guess what? They know we're running, and then they stick the box with 8, and then we run play action and fuck them over.
And then yeah, fucking Kyle Rudolph catches it in the back of the end zone.
I don't get, to be honest, 4th and 1, either sneak it
Keep leading,
Or-
and I'll follow you.
or play action it, to be
That was the
honest.
deal, right?
I'm a big fan of play action on 4th and shorts.
I mean, I think it depends. Like, I mean,
I agree, but we had just run it like 4 straight times, too.
yeah, because they were trying to kill the clock. I mean, everyone knew it was going to be a running play. Like, that's just what it was going to be. There was no surprise.
It was a good play call. Yeah, I can't even get down on him. Like,
It was a good play call. It was literally there, and it basically there was O'Neal was blocking whoever the fuck was on the outside for the Seahawks, and he could either cut in and fall forward and get the yard, or he could go around O'Neal and fall forward and get the yard, or 6 inches, whatever it was. Like he just had to basically get enough momentum to keep
not
falling.
do what he did. Yeah, it was kind of
And
weird. He just, like, stopped. Like, I've never seen that. He just got stuffed.
He hit O'Neal and just kind of stopped.
Like,
and,
it was the opposite of the... Like, Derrick Henry falls forward for, like, an extra 2 yards every time. This was the opposite. He just, like, got...
Now, to be fair, Derrick Henry is like 4
Yeah, he's
inches tall,
huge. I know, but, like,
50 pounds.
I'm just
more.
saying, like,
yeah,
Madison a lot of the time falls forward.
Yeah.
But, like,
and
I don't
so-
really get how he didn't there. It was super weird.
It was like, yeah. I mean, it was weird. And the problem, I think, for some reason, all of his momentum stopped when he hit O'Neal.
Yeah.
And then fucking Wright came over and just shoved him to the ground and just like sat on him almost and just like pushed him straight down. But like even when he was falling, he was kind of falling sideways. Like he wasn't really.
Yeah,
he got
yeah,
off-
it was, like, diagonal.
It was kind of like protecting the ball and then got hit and kind of like fell sideways. It was like it was really weird, but
Just very
What
odd.
happened
I
if
don't
you
know.
tinkered with some of these things?
actually, what I would have done is send Cook in and then do a sneak.
Yeah, that, like, I mean, I'm a big fan of QB sneaks. Do you know that on 4th and 1 or shorter, their conversion rate is 97%?
That's crazy. But I honestly
Kirk Cousins
think,
just is uncanny bad at them, which is have you noticed that? Like, he doesn't go down low and then stretch. He does the thing you're not supposed to do, is he stays
fall
high
forward.
and tries to, like, push his way forward, but you got to go low and then dive. But like, he sucks at them, which is probably why.
But I think if you put Cook back there, they load the box, but they're ready for that.
Right,
Where I
then you
think
get the extra half second to push.
If you had Ham and Cook, and then go, and then they can also both just push as well.
You know what play I also love though is, you fake the handoff to the fullback and then you toss it to Cook.
Yeah, the only concern, if that outside backer or outside D lineman is just, I would trust Cook to break it, but that play can get blown up if the guy doesn't fall for it. And just
I mean,
sits it
I
up.
don't. Yeah, I guess, but I'd rather do a. I don't know.
What? No, the play I really liked that the Vikings did a lot last year with BC Johnson and Ham actually against the Lions, if you remember that game, where basically they have it's lined up in like a tight formation, and then you've got the wide receiver, or it was Ham, both of BC Johnson and Ham. They were lined up between the tight end and the tackle there, and then it was a play action, and they kept running, and they ran behind the line of scrimmage, where the Lions guy then had to run through all of the traffic, and then they literally popped in for like a 3-yard touchdown. That was like the easy.
I know exactly what the goal line play. Yeah.
Yeah, where like if you did something like that. Now the problem is if you get pushed, he gets knocked off, whatever. But generally that play is like fucking.
But like also a great play, like a play action tight end leak.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I do think though at the same time, running the ball has been our strong suit. Our run blocking is better. We're just a better running team than that. And I mean, to be fair, at that point, Madison was tearing them up.
To be
Boone,
fair,
Cook and Madison were on fire that entire night. They were all playing very well.
But yeah,
so like
to be entirely fair, he should have made the play. The play call was fine.
yes. And yeah, it's just literally Madison running into someone and then help getting there by that time. But the one thing, I am stoked. Like, I mean, the Vikings literally could be 3-2 with just a couple ugly losses in the beginning of the season, but then playing 2 playoff teams and winning.
I looked at our schedule. It gets much easier after this. If we just
Oh,
take
yeah.
care of things with our division, we can easily end up 9-7, and that's pretty much guaranteed playoffs with the new format.
I'll say that the concern I'm gonna run into, the concern I have is gonna be the Bears. I don't think the Bears are great, but I just don't. Because like Falcons, we should win. Packers, I'll chalk that up to another loss. If honestly though, if Cook's back, I think that's a better game than people think. Lions win, Cowboys win, Jacksonville win, Panthers win, Lions again win, Saints possibly win. I mean, I just counted off 8 wins right there. If we lost to the Bears, the Buccaneers, and the Packers, but if we, you can chalk up a loss to the Saints. Whatever, that's still 8 wins there to get us to 9-7. We wouldn't even have to beat the Bears, but the Lions are not good. The Falcons are not good. The Cowboys are not good. Panthers are not good. Jacksonville's not good. So like that's 5 teams that we're about to end the Falcons. So that's 6 teams that we're about to play that are not good, and the Lions are bad. And we play the Lions twice. So like we could reasonably get in, and the NFC West is about to beat up on itself because they all went and played the NFC East, and now they're about to play each other. So they're all going to end up they're all going to lose to each other real soon. 49ers are going to be out of it real soon. Cardinals will not make it. I think Rams. Actually, I think the Vikings, Bears, and Packers will make it. Rams and Seahawks will. And then, did I say the Lions?
You do think the Vikings are going to make the playoffs?
I don't know. Looking at it now, the schedule: Falcons, Lions, Cowboys, Panthers, Jacksonville.
But the Cowboys is a win now. Like, it's not even in question because
Lions again. So yeah.
I'm saying, just take care of shit in our own division.
Falcons, Lions, Cowboys, Panthers, Jacksonville, Lions again. That's 6 games right there that we can win. And then the Saints are not that good right now. We
eat Drew Brees lunch every freaking time we play.
I know, it's awesome. But yeah, I mean the three tough games we have are the Packers, Buccaneers, and Saints.
Zimmer's
Well,
so good at scheming against QBs with he has tape on.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But yeah, I mean, well, and I honestly thought we were going to beat the Cowboys before. Dak
Yeah,
got
it's
hurt.
just all confirmed now. Like we're not
Cool.
gonna listen to Andy Dalton.
Dude, honestly, obviously, the injury is slightly concerning. Although I know they said it's not a major one. He basically just like fucking caught it and just landed weird or whatever. But like, Delvin Cook is worth that money. I don't care. He is worth that. He literally he just put our team he put the Vikings on his back.
I know I
And that-
said he makes that play and Madison doesn't, but like aside from that, Madison was
Madison was
better.
good, but
He was
but
better.
I think we win that game because I think the thing is when he got hurt, that gave them a ton of momentum. The Hawks, and it was just they blitzed the fuck out of Cousins then on the O line. You keep cooking, they don't do that because they can't. You know what I mean? Like I don't see how it goes any different if he's healthy, or like I don't see how their defense would all of a sudden have all that momentum and then they score 21 points in the 3 minutes. That's really what I guess. I just think that happens of that huge momentum swing. But I mean, I don't know, dude. Cook is just so fucking good.
He's really fun to watch and really good, but like I don't know, I'd probably rather just have a elite guard. I'd rather like keep Anthony Harris.
I don't. Fuck. As much as I like Cousins, I'd rather have Bridgewater.
Well, that was my opinion initially. Was
And the thing is, like, I
my
understand.
first choice was Bridgewater, and then my second choice was Cousins, and my third choice was Keenum. But
I would have been fine with Keenum than getting like a Josh Allen.
I would
instead.
much rather, dude. Keenum fucking blows his back.
No, I meant no, but like as a first year guy, and then having a Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, you know, a development guy more so is what I mean. You know what I mean? Sign Keenum to a $15 million
He
deal.
wasn't, dude. We can't pay a backup 15.
No, it would have just been like a 1 year
You
deal.
think he would have been our starter for 50? That's horrible, dude. Case Keenum's not good. I agree. I would be fine with keeping him on as a backup, but he wasn't gonna stay as a backup. The Broncos signed him for 2 years, 40 mil.
No, that's what I'm saying. I would have signed him to a 1 year 15.
So first off, he wouldn't accept that, and second off, even if he did accept it, that's insane.
Not necessarily though, because I mean that's
He sucks. There's a
okay,
reason
I
he's a
understand that.
backup.
But we would be the total we'd be spending in the quarterback room would still be almost.
But Teddy is cheaper and
half.
straight up better. So like, there's just no reason. If you're gonna splash money on
I
a
guess, to
quarterback,
be fair-
why would you spend 15 mil on Keenum rather than 26 mil on Cousins? I'd much rather. I'd rather
It was
pay.
it was 28.
The first year wasn't. First year was 24. The second year was 26, and the last year was like 30 or whatever. But it averaged out to 20. I guess you can say 28, but I'd much rather have Cousins for 28 than Keenum for 15. Keenum for 15 is the worst of both worlds. You don't get the money, and you don't get a good quarterback.
I mean, if it would have been a 1 year thing just to have someone sit and develop.
And then we sucked that year, and then Zimmer gets fired because he clearly made the wrong choice.
I don't know. I mean, we were 13-3 the year before. with
Yeah, and
Keenum.
then we suck the next year because Case Keenum's our quarterback, and then Zimmer gets fired. You see how this goes? Like, we absolutely made the right choice by not.
Yeah, but I was like, who the fuck knows? I mean, Keenum could have pulled something out of his ass again. We're not 13.
He was not going to. He's not good. Like I said, there's a reason he sucked everywhere he went. He sucked on the Broncos, and he got benched, and then he went to the Redskins.
Yeah,
He
dude,
couldn't start
what-
over Alex
what
Smith, and then
se-
he couldn't start over Colt McCoy.
I mean, Alex Smith is actually not bad.
I mean, he wasn't. But
But yeah, and then he fucking shares. Like,
you
I do
can't
think
beat
if
out
Alex
Colt
Smith,
McCoy for the backup job. Yikes.
I do think if Alex Smith is actually completely healthy, I think the Redskins are going to win that division.
He's not completely healthy. He threw for 12 passes for 36 yards. He was scared. You can't tell me anyone not.
I mean,
like,
to
I
be
don't
fair,
blame him.
he also did get sacked like 8 times almost. So
Yeah, he did get sacked 5 times. Right, but
was it
that
5?
does, yeah, it's 5.
Yeah.
They had 17
Well, and that's where,
sacks,
like-
but 2 were on Kyle Allen.
Okay, gotcha. But so that's just one of those things of too. The D line, like he just had nothing, but he's gonna play the he's gonna Cowboys, the Giants, and the Eagles suck. Like I actually think the Redskins might be able to win that division simply because it's so bad. And if Alex Smith is just a competent quarterback, and their defense, because Elliott's,
I just don't see a way
Chase
the
Young-
Eagles
Chase-
will win that division.
I think Washington. I think Washington, Giants, Cowboys, Giants, and then Lions, Bengals, Cowboys.
I mean, come on.
You're going to last long in all
like,
this radiation.
You mean to tell me that, like, if the Eagles play the Redskins, you think the Redskins win that game? Like, there's
Well,
no way.
They won week 1.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Well, when it comes down to it, I don't think that the Eagles are playing much better now.
But here's what I think is going to happen. I think that Washington could legitimately beat the Giants, beat the Cowboys, beat the Giants, beat the Lions, beat the Bengals, beat the Cowboys again. I think that is actually not out. They could rattle off 6 wins, and I don't think that's that crazy. Their defense is good enough to play a bunch of bad teams.
I'm gonna have to doubt that.
Giants have 0 wins. Cowboys have 2. Giants have 0. Lions have 1. Bengals have 1. Cowboys have 2. Even chalk 1, they tie with the Cowboys or split with the Cowboys, but they lose both. They could win 4 games in the next 5 weeks. Giants, Lions, Bengals. If they get to 6 wins, that might be enough to win that division. Because the Eagles, the Eagles play Ravens. They're losing that game. And then Giants, they'll win. Cowboys, they should win. Giants, again, they should win. Browns, I actually think the Browns will win. Then they play the Seahawks. Seahawks will win. Then they play the Packers. Packers will win. They'll play the Saints. Saints will probably win. They'll then play the Eagles or the Cardinals. That one's a toss-up. Cowboys, they should win. Washington, they could win. But I think that's going to be a tough one because the Eagles have a very, very tough schedule. Do you think Eagles beat the Cardinals or no?
The Cardinals.
I don't think the Eagles will beat the Cardinals or the Saints. And if they don't beat those 2, they're going to lose to the Packers, Seahawks, and Browns. So that'll be another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses there, and they'll lose to the Ravens this week. So 6. So how many losses are they at right now? 1, 2, 3, 4 losses. They might just both be 6 and 10. I guess they'd have the division.
I would kill for a 6 and 10 playoff.
I wouldn't, because the Vikings are going to be above that. Vikings are not going to go fucking 6 and 10, which means they could just give the fucking God. Like, I get why divisions are important, but at the same time, fuck divisions.
I mean, fuck them, but yeah,
So-
I would not change the current.
Yeah. So what are they going to do once they get to 17 games?
They might add another week.
Well, no, but in terms of who are they going to play?
Play.
That 17th week, because it's split up, so you play your own division 3 times or 2 times each, so that's 6 games, and then you've got the one division in the AFC, 10 games, one division in the NFC or your own conference, that's 14, and then you play the other 2 teams in the divisions that play similarly or as well as you. So I actually would not be opposed if they did a rivalry thing.
Oh, you're saying next season?
Yeah, next season, once they get to 17 games. Because I would actually not... I saw this idea. I think it was probably fucking McAfee.
Aren't they going up to 18 games?
No, it's 17. Is the next one.
I guess, yeah.
Which is weird. 18 weeks, 17 games. But what I kind of like that McAfee said was that they should do a... what's it called? It's like a rivalry thing. Where you pick one team in the AFC that they just play every year. Like one team
Just
from the
introduce a new rivalry.
yeah, just create new ones. Oh, and like whether you can find one that someone
Well,
exists.
what if you already played that team that year?
You could play them twice, or you could just adjust that. Or you know what I mean. You could just change it and do a random one or something. But for the most part, if you played the same team every year, like if you had Seahawks Patriots every year, and then that would be just wild.
I think it should be a random division or rotating division in the AFC that you play the same place team.
Hey, Carla.
You again. Here to trade.
Yeah, that would be less exciting. But
I'll take a look. Sure.
You break it?
I mean, that's what I think they'll do.
yes, I do agree. That's I think what they'll do. But that would just be so much more entertaining if they went like, I don't know, just kind of broke it down. It was just like, you know what, Vikings and Titans, you guys are buddies now, and like whatever. Although that would just, I would feel bad for whoever has to play the fucking Ravens and the Chiefs, because Ravens
won't be
are
good forever. They'll just be good for a long ass time.
Yeah, for the next like 5 to 10 years.
Not forever.
Fair enough. But you know what? The Ravens have always been good, so that's just fun. Yeah, I like how the Ravens had like 2 years of just mediocrity, and they're now
It was
right
more than
back.
2 years. Jim Harbaugh John Harbaugh almost got fired. If you didn't make the playoffs the next year, he would have been fired.
Are you saying with Lamar?
This is way before Lamar. Like 2015. Maybe it was 2017. Like, they finished 8-8 or something, and then the next year they made the playoffs. But if they hadn't made the playoffs that year, he would have gotten fired.
Yeah, that was the year that Lamar was in. Because the 8-8 year was they lost to the Bengals last second. That got the Bills into the playoffs for the first time in like 15 years. That's why the Bills fans then sent Andy Dalton like a couple of hundred wings because they're like, thank you, or whatever. And then the next year they drafted Lamar, and then got rid of Joe Flacco partway through after like 4 games.
Imagine being Joe Flacco.
Dude, he is an enigma.
I don't know
Like
about
Patrick's
enigma.
mind.
Dude,
No, not like Patrick's mind. The inner machinations of Patrick's mind.
Dude, that same fat ass kid that I'm just really annoyed with at fucking football. He was fucking talking today. He's like, anybody play Smash Bros. Ultimate? And we're kind of sitting there. I was like, yeah. And he's like, dude, I will kick anybody's ass here as Rob. And I just was like, I don't think you want to open that can of worms, dude. The amount of time that I spent playing, 1 against Rob, but 2 that we spent playing Super Smash Bros. In general is just absurd. I mean, we put in we put on 100 hours on multiple different, on Morgan, my Switch, and my Wii U. We put over 100 on each of them. Like, that is ridiculous.
I can rest easy knowing that Wolfgang is.
So you haven't played for a while. Or
Thank you.
Yeah,
not.
but
Do you need
yes,
anything?
but what I found
Let's see
is
what you have.
I can still, like, I played buddies this past summer, who you used to be slightly worse than me, or like pretty, or like we were tied. We'll go with, and oh my god, I fucking stalked them all the time, like 3 or 5, whatever. Like we were doing teams, everything. I was literally racking up the kills, just fucking dominating and everything. And he literally was just like, Logan, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, I played a bit, and that was still with a year off. It's just one of those things of, it's enough in my system that when I go against someone who's says they're good but not at least average or above person.
Oh, I want to play against that guy.
Dude, I want to play against him. That was the first time I've ever considered actually contemplating wanting to hang out with him. So,
Just to
like,
beat him.
well, he literally always just fucking talks about how much he smokes and shit like that, and I was just like he would talk about how weed, but he was just like, oh, dude, I'm doing stuff doing stuff pre and
I
post
can rest easy knowing
practices
that
and like
Wolfgang is
all this stuff.
Mhm.
It's just like
Let's see what you've got.
It's all
literally one kid's a Kansas City fan. He didn't even get out of his car completely when he started screaming, saying, "Oh, about those how about those Chiefs? Like, oh, they blowing cock, whatever." And it's just like in front of a bunch of people. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he's just a douche. Like, and it's funny because nobody on the team likes him. Everybody sits there and it's like, why is this kid fucking doing this shit? And he's fucking supposedly our play designer, running the defense, all of this stuff. And it's just like, dude, nobody likes you. You're not good.
Oh.
And he's the kind of guy that shows up with like the Nike tights and all that stuff, like the vapor or whatever the fuck that shit is.
Nike Vapor Carbon.
Yeah, like all those things. Like he's got like all of those constantly.
I
And
look
it's-
sick though.
They do, but that doesn't mean you're good. But yeah, I really considered hanging out with them.
Alright, I'm gonna end the stream here. Had a lot of fun playing. Good to get back in the ground. Yeah, Trovo, Twitter, and feel free to comments. Paying attention. Appreciate the follows.